Alright guys, how are we doing today? So we are going to learn about topic 9.3, which is circumference and area of circles. Some of this might be review for some of you, and some of this might be brand new, and that's okay, and that's what I'm here for, and I'm glad I get to teach you something new. Alright guys, so we have two formulas here that are really kind of important. We've got the circumference formula. Okay, C stands for circumference. Circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. Okay, and the diameter is 2 times the radius. Okay, the radius is half. Okay, the diameter is the line that goes all the way through the circle. The radius is half of that. It only goes from the outside of the circle to the center. So circumference, you can either use two formulas, pi times the diameter or 2 times pi times r, and r stands for radius. And then we also have our area formula, which is equal to pi r squared. Now, the way I memorize which formula to use is that when we use area, right, we have like meters squared, inches squared, so the unit is squared. So we need to use the square formula. I hope that makes sense and helps you guys out. That's how I memorized it. Let's keep going. Alright, guys. Great thing about videos is you can pause them and rewatch them. So examples. A circle has a radius of 4 meters. Find the circumference and area. Leave answers in terms of pi. So, okay guys. Alright. Important, right here, it says leave in terms of pi. That means we are not going to multiply pi through. We are going to keep pi in the answer itself. So, circumference is equal to, and we have the radius here, right? So we've got two options. We can either use pi times the diameter or 2 pi times the radius. Now, we have the radius in this question, so we are going to use this formula, not the diameter formula. Now, if the question gave us diameter, we would use the diameter formula. But, okay, let's just replace it. So we'll have 2 times pi times 4, because our radius is 4. Alright. Also, okay guys, remember with multiplication, order really doesn't matter. You could do 2 times 4, then times pi. You could do pi times 4 times 2. You could do 2 times pi times 4. Multiplication, order really doesn't matter. And in this one, we need to leave it in terms of pi. So we're not going to multiply pi through. The only thing we're going to multiply here is 2 and 4. 2 times 4 is 8. So we'll have 8 pi. Perfect. Awesome. 8 pi, guys. And then don't forget, we have our units. So it's going to be meters, right? And we're circumference. We're not working with area, so we don't have to square it. Okay? We don't have to. Alright. Let's keep going. Let's work on area. So area is equal to pi r squared. Now our radius is 4. That's up here and that's right here. Our radius is 4. So we've got pi times by 4 squared. So this is equal to okay, pi, and 4 squared is 16. Now, look at our answer for circumference. Pi is in the end, right? We've got 8 pi. If you look at our area, it's pi 16. We need to flip-flop that. Okay, pi needs to go at the end. So we'll have 16 pi. Now, let's not forget our units, okay? It's meters, but because it's area, it's meters squared. Okay, guys? So, take a second, pause the video, take that in, alright? Before you move on to the next question. Alright, so, let's keep moving on. Alright, so we're going to find the radius and area of a circle with a circumference of 314 centimeters, round to the nearest 10. So in this question, we're actually going to work backwards, okay? we are going to take this and we are going to set it equal to, we're going to take, so we've got circumference is equal to, now we need to find the radius, so we're going to use the 2 pi r. So, what we're going to do, okay, is we're going to, we know what the circumference is, so we're going to fill that in. We've got 314 is equal to 2 pi r. Okay, remember 2 pi r, that's all just multiplication. That's 2 times pi times r. So we are going to divide by 2 first. And that's 157 is equal to pi r. Now what we need to do is you actually need to divide by pi, the pi button, not 3.14. If you divide by 3.14, you're going to get the answer wrong. So it says round to the nearest tenth. Now I get 49.97. Okay, but we need to round to the nearest tenth. Now that 7 rounds that 9 up. So our radius is approximately 50. Okay? So our radius is approximately 50. And we are going to use that to continue to complete this problem. Okay. So, alright, radius equals 50. Now we are going to find, we found the radius, now we need to find the area. So we are going to use the area formula, and area equals pi r squared. And we're just going to plug in 50 for r. So, because we found that r equals 50, so we'll have 50 squared. And that equals to pi 50 squared is 2,500. And remember, we need to flip-flop this. So, it equals to 2,500 pi. Now, okay, don't forget your units. So this is centimeters, but we're working with area, so it's centimeters squared. Okay, guys? Awesome. So now we are going to find, like I said, take a break, pause the video, take all that in before you move on. Now we're going to find the diameter of a circle with an area of 20 pi. So, like I said, we're going to use the area formula. So, the area is equal to pi r squared. But we already know what the area is, so 20 pi is equal to pi r squared. Hold on. Okay, guys. So, we are going to now, alright, we need to get r all by itself. Okay, this is some algebra skills here. But we got to divide by r, or we got to divide by pi to get r all by itself. So we're going to divide by pi, we're going to divide by pi. Oh, look, it went away. It went away here too, right? Because we've got one on top and one on bottom, so they cancel. So we'll have 20 is equal to r squared. Okay, now we need to get r completely by itself. Right now it is r squared. How do we undo a square? We square root it. So we're going to take square root, okay, the square root of, so we are going to have r is equal to the square root of 20. Now, this question doesn't give us a, right, so we've only found the radius, and it doesn't tell us to round anywhere, any way, shape, or form, so let's leave it in terms of this. Now, the diameter is equal to 2 times the radius, okay, because diameter is, or radius is half of the diameter, so the diameter is 2 times the radius. So, diameter is equal to 2 times by the square root of 20, which we really can't do anything there. Diameter is equal to 2 square roots of 20. Okay, guys? So, that's your final answer. Alright, guys. So, take a break, breathe it in. You gotta pause it, go ahead. I know I'm kind of talking fast, but, alright, pause the video. Alright guys, I'll see you soon. Next video.